It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Welcome back, where we are in an awesome weather pattern right now here in Central North Carolina. We are 70s for the next 7 days. We're going to be in the 70s. We're not going to touch 80 unless things change, which they always do. So we are in just an awesome weather pattern. As I'm filming this today, we hit a high of 73. In May, that is ridiculous for North Carolina. That's really rare. So it's been a wonderful day. I got to play awesome golf today with my dad, so it was a blast. But we're back. We're not so much dealing with the heat stress. We hit that period in late April that was really dry. We got a little rain shower yesterday. I mowed the turf. If you can tell a little bit, this is an area we're going to talk about here in a second. It's looking better. I mowed again, which is twice for this week. But we got a little bit of a rain shower to wash in. Finally, hopefully some of that freedom got washed in a little bit. It wasn't really enough, but it's something. So I'm not going to water it. I'm just going to leave it down. And I mowed it, and it looks pretty good. But today we're going to be talking about heat stress prevention. We're in the 70s. That means probably up north where some of you guys are watching me, it's probably even cooler than the 70s. You may be in the upper 60s, which is crazy for me to think about here in May. But this is one of the areas I chose this filming location. You guys know this side of my house, this area is where everything had turned just white. It's crazy how much a week makes, and week and a half makes a difference, that this was all totally white. It was so dry. We got 3 days worth of heavy rainfall. It comes back to a green, but there's still a tinginess of brown still there, even with multiple days of rain. But what we're going to be talking about today is something that's kind of controversial, as I mentioned last time on YouTube. Some people have shown interest in it, though, in the comment section, and that's why we're going to talk about it. I talked about last video, the Freedom bundle that I purchased. It was Freedom fertilizer, plus it was 2 hose and sprayer amounts of Hydretain. And a lot of people, some people said, Hydretain, pretty good. Don't like it for the lawn, but I like it for my shrubs. A lot of people said never used it, but interested in it. So there's a mixed bag out there. And one of the things that I can tell you guys that are brand new to Hydretain, this is more for the brand new people. Number one, as I said in the last video, you do not have to buy Hydretain for your lawn to be successful or to survive summer. You do not have to do that. This is a very much optional product to add to your lawn. If you feel like you've got areas like me that are constantly going to be your focused area of dry spots, that every single season of extreme heat, you don't have irrigation, you're not able to water, you're dragging sprinklers like me, but you've got these hot spot areas like right here where I'm standing. For me, these are the areas that I know go to stress first. The other spot that we're going to be doing this with is on the bank. We're going to be testing out Hydretain. We're going to do half of our bank up here, and we're going to not treat the right side of the bank. We're going to treat the left side and see what is the difference. Does Hydretain truly make a difference in the lawn, in the grass? Will we notice it? Now, I want to share with this product right here that I've got in my hand. It says reduce watering 50%. As I mentioned last video, this is not a replacement for watering. That means you still have to water your lawn. This is not a magic product that you spray into your lawn and you don't have to water your grass. No, it reduces watering by 50%, meaning you can go just a little bit longer, and this will add some moisture to the turf with the chemical makeup that it is, that I don't know all the details on, but it pulls moisture to the plant, but it reduces it. It will keep it hydrated a little bit longer than you're normally used to. So if you're used to watering every 3 days, maybe you can go every 5 days without watering. So it's to help stretch out droughts between rain. It's really like a gap filler, but you're still going to have to water your grass when it's hot and when it begins to get thirsty. So don't think it's a replacement. What is it for? Well, number one, it's for lawns, it's for trees. All my natural people out there that like pet friendly, all natural, don't, non-toxic things. This is for vegetables. You can spray this on your plants, on your vegetables, and it will keep them hydrated. If you forget to water, if you're going out of town, this is excellent. Every time I go to the beach, I like to apply Hydretain because I'm doing the best thing that I can do to keep my lawn watered until I get back home, right? Well, this is also good for any shrubs or plants that you really don't want to die. You can apply Hydretain to it. So all the following things. So on the back, it talks about directions for this as well. Now, I can tell you that if you order a whole gallon of Hydretain, that number one, you want to apply 12 ounces per 1,000 square feet of Hydretain. That's your base application. So the very first one you do, if you start in May, you would do 12 ounces per thousand. Then from there on, each month that you continue to need it, if you need it all the way up until September, you would do 3 ounces per thousand after that. So the first base application is 12 ounces, and then every month afterwards is 3 ounces per thousand square feet. And you do have to wet your lawn, apply the product, and then you want to water it in. Unless, of course, you're using the Ortho hose and sprayer, which you saw the clip right here of me doing. This clip I filmed of doing Hydretain like last year or year before. If you don't have the Ortho dial-in sprayer, you can just buy this that comes with it in a bottle, and all you do is hook this up to your garden hose and you're ready to go. Now, the directions on the back of this connection, or this Hydretain bottle right here, it says connect sprayer to garden hose to open, break off the tab. That's just instructions. Lawns. So if you're applying it to lawns, apply using broad strokes and best if applied to damp soil. After applying, immediately water into the root zone with 1/4 to 1/2 inch of water. 1 quart treats 2,500 to 5,000 square feet. Now that is a very broad range of area, 2,500 to 5,000 square feet. You can stretch this out. I would probably just say use the 2,500 square feet and focus on local dry areas like the bank. I'm going to probably use one of these for that side. We may not do the entire bottle on the bank, but like I'm going to do this bottle basically on this strip right here, all the way down from my truck and my wife's vehicle, all the way down to the wood line over here. This area has stressed out the most. The middle area of the lawn right here and over here seems to be doing better, but it does stress out when it gets lack of water. But this area has struggled the most. We're going to be doing the Hydretain test, and it's not one that you're going to have the results this video. So stay subscribed, like the video, come back and see how it works. We'll see when the next time we're scheduled for rain. Right now, we don't have rain in the 7-day forecast, but we also don't have really high temperatures. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, just to stress, with the hose in here, what we're going to do is you can just not apply the product. Basically, you have it on the very top. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says off, then you got water, and then you got on. So what that means is it's completely off, like nothing should be coming out of the hose and sprayer here. When we turn it on water, only water is going to come through. It's not pulling from the product right here. And then when we have it on, it's the water plus the mix. So you can attach this to your garden hose, put it on water only. You can wet the area first if you want to go that route, but even Hydretain says you don't have to do that with hose in. You can just straight apply the product with the hose in as it is, and then turn around and water it in. So with the hose in sprayer, it's actually easier. With the backpack sprayer, you really have to wet it first, apply the Hydretain to the lawn, and then water it in. It's really 3 steps. With the hose in, you apply it as is with the garden hose into the area, and then you just have to water it in. So if you're not able to water this product in, don't waste your money. One time I did that, and I fear that I just wasted my time because all I did was apply it and I didn't take the time to water it in. The rain never came. I even recommend, if you're going to do this, if it's a light rainstorm and you can bear to go outside, do it in the rain. You know it's going to get watered in. This is a product you must get into the root system of the plant. First thing let's do, this area right here that I've had the camera set up with, this is that area. It was white. So let's go ahead and let's connect our hose which is fairly simple to do. We'll start in the back and we'll work our way towards the vehicles of applying and then setting the sprinkler out just to water this in. All right, guys, so hopefully my mic will pick up while I'm going. Actually, just put the quick connect into the hose in bottle here. I didn't have to twist any tabs or anything. I don't have a lot of water leaking here, so I look to be good. So again, we're just going to put it on water. And if you want to, I just got it on water right now. You can go ahead and wet your lawn like this if you want to. You do not have to do it this way with the hose in. If you buy the hose in like this, you don't have to go this route. You can just go straight to the product, and that's what I'm about to do. But I just wanted to show you, you can turn it on, you can turn it off just like that. So you have control right here, which is really cool. So I'm going to go backwards so I can work with hose management here. But I'm going to go ahead, and this does expend quickly. So you don't want to stand here for 5 minutes and spray. It's going to start sucking that product down really fast, and you want to try to work your hose backwards, turn it off if you have to, move your hose and keep going. So it does go fast. So I'm going to try to keep it from this tree area and we're not going to be very scientific about it. I know I want to hit most of this area, and so let's go really fast. So here we go. We are on. So there we go. And so we're just going to kind of work it like this, pretty good, side to side, broad. And we're just going to slowly work backwards. Now, if you have a very, like this area, and you want to concentrate on it for a minute and really soak it down, you do what you feel you need to do. But there we go. We're just broadly going back and forth. Now I can hit these shrubs as well if I feel like I need to do that. And so I just want to hit this area, and the wind's catching it, so I'm going to go off. Also, something you got to be aware of, if the wind's blowing really heavy, definitely don't want to do this if it's a very, very windy day. But it doesn't look like I've used too much, so I'm doing pretty good. I want to kind of hit this middle spot really well. So let's go back at it again. So we're coming back. I can see what's wet, so that helps as well. Kind of managing my hose here a little bit. And we're just slowly going back and forth. You're not, it's like painting almost. We're not looking at really soaking in an area. Go back over this one more time. And off. There we go. So there we have it. We've done half of our section already. All right, guys, so once you're done with that, you can obviously keep this bottle, and you can refill this with Hydretain in the future if you want to. You don't have to, or you can trash it and just know that you're going to order some more later. So that's totally up to you. So I will say, for those of you that have the ortho, this seems to dispense slower than I thought it would. I covered this section. Maybe I covered it a little too quickly, but I came back and I was able to go over this part like 2 or 3 times in this whole strip. And obviously it has a lot to do with the square footage as well. But I felt like it dispensed, and I even got a little tiny bit still in there, but it felt like it did dispense it a little bit slowly. So now we have 2 options that we can do to water this in. You can either, if you have irrigation, that's the third option. Obviously, just hit a button. Man, I envy you. If you're like me, we can either set our sprinkler in an area and water that area in. You want 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch of water, or else I'm just telling you, you risk not applying it the way they tell you to, and you could be wasting your money. The second part is you can just turn this again on water only, and you can take your time and water and just go back and forth, and you got to know if you're getting 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch of water on the ground. My recommendation is use your sprinkler. And if you've done the tuna can test, and you know for 30 minutes of my sprinkler, I'm getting about a 1/4 inch of water down, then do it for 30 minutes. Some people like me on city water, maybe you don't have that time. Maybe your sprinklers are busted. You can just use the hose in, and you can slowly go back and water this in with the hose in application as an alternative. Just know, if you don't water it in correctly, you're risking the product not working correctly, and we can't blame Hydretain if we don't follow the instructions properly. So that's about it. We'll do the bank, and we'll just kind of go through that real fast, and I'll show you guys me spraying the bank here, and we'll keep you posted on what's going to happen on the bank between the side that we don't do, and the same thing in the backyard. We did this whole strip right here all the way back. This is heavily shaded now in the late part of the day, but we'll keep you posted on the middle part of the lawn and the left side of the lawn. That is, we're not going to apply Hydretain. Will there be a difference, or will there not, coming heat and lack of water? We'll find out here soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for tuning in. And just so you can wrap this up, we did from the middle stake in my lawn to the left, when you're facing away from my house towards this road here, we did basically everything on the left. And so everything over here is wet. We'll eventually get this watered in. Everything over here on the right side is dry and not wet. The only exception is spraying this plant. Miss Ferguson has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So I did 4 with Hydretain, 3 without. So this bush and all this over here that's probably off camera, basically the first 4 plants from my front door, we sprayed all of this back here with Hydretain. The first 4 plants over towards my front door, I sprayed all this with Hydretain. I did not spray these down here. So we'll do an update eventually. Remind me in the comments, hey, what's the update on the Hydretain for the plants? Hey, what's the update on the bank versus this? And then we did this whole section in the backyard versus not on the left side. So half of my lawn is Hydretain, half of my lawn's not. This is the best way I can show you guys whether or not this stuff is going to make a difference for your grass or not. Clearly, I don't want to be promoting something that I'm like, well, there's really not a difference here. I'm not here to be a Hydretain warrior unless the product works. I don't want to buy it either. I'm limited in my funds as well. So I'm going to work on the sprinklers back here. We're working on water in the first section we did, and then I'm going to swing that to the front. There's definitely a smell to Hydretain. I can smell it's not bad. It's a chemical in the air, but the wetting agent is a little brown. And also just on the hose end, the more you kick that into the on all the way back, the more it's going to filter more of the product through the hose. You can kind of do it and you can see it, so you may want to play with that as well. But we'll give you an update, guys. The most important thing now is to water all this in and see how does it affect the grass, how does it affect the flowers and the bushes. And I also, just for the record, sprayed this tomato pot with my GCI New Blend fescue over here. If you can see that, yep, I think you can see it right over what I see is the stop sign for recording. So I did hit that once. So I'll dump a cup of water to water that in as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Like the video if you enjoy tests like this, and let's see if my yard looks funky, if it's a big difference, or if we even notice it all. And it'll let you know whether you need to try out Hydretain or not. I'm excited to see this, but I still want rain. I would rather have rain come and it ruin our plans. So God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Comment below your thoughts, and we'll see you next time here in Central North Carolina on another lawn care video. God bless you.